Okay, so Ubisoft. Yeah, Ubisoft. Before we start, yes, I do like Assassin's Creed. I enjoy the franchise a lot. Personal favorite. I know everybody loves the Ezio trilogies. I do like the Ezio trilogies, I'm not gonna lie. Personally though, I like the Kenway saga. I like dealing with the Kenway family, everything from there, from the Liberation to even though Assassin's Creed 3, don't like the story, not a huge fan of Connor. I like Hatham, I like the Kenways. That's me. Is what it is. That being said, excuse me. That being said, we have some leaks for another Assassin's Creed game coming out, and we'll go into some the other information and some of the code names for other games and my thoughts on them. But this one is where we're going to start. Leaked Assassin's Creed codename Jade gameplay appears online. The game takes place in ancient China. Okay, not a bad idea. And will allow players to create their own character. Oh, I don't hate that idea. It'll be interesting, but the mobile title. The mobile title. The mobile title. The mobile title. God, you just gotta love mobile, don't you? Don't you love how all these AAA developers are making mobile games? Yeah, and there's a reason, and I'll get into the reason that VGC dusts on, doesn't really go deep into, but there's a reason. And it then makes sense why it's taking place in ancient China. Which takes place in ancient China is billed by Ubisoft as a AAA RPG. The leaked gameplay, which features significantly improved graphics compared to other mobile Assassin's Creed games, appears to use on-screen touch controls. It's unclear when the game is placed before release. Okay, but the game, which will allow players to create their own character, is thought to be developed by Tencent. So, where are we getting with all this? Real quick. I'm going to take a break. In collaboration with Ubisoft. What is Tencent? Tencent is a massive gaming company. Deals a lot with mobile games and is based out of China. China. So, the little political here, but let's be real. In order to have a company in China, you must be associated with the CCP. Tencent has its hands in every last gaming company out there, really. It is the CCP. Let's not mix words. Tencent is CCP. CCP, Communist Chinese Party. Very authoritarian, very evil, and will push propaganda where they can and where they want. Tencent is very popular with mobile games. Why are mobile games so popular? Why is China a point that I'm harping on and the mobile aspect and Tencent? Mobile games are very popular over in China because that's one of the only games they're allowed to play. That's the only thing they're allowed to do is play mobile games. So, they play mobile games a lot. That's why a lot of these AAA platforms, that's why when I was talking about the Microsoft, Activision, Sony, FTC, all that stuff, and where Microsoft wants to get into the mobile market, is because they want to get further into the Chinese market. They want to bring Game Pass to China. The mobile market is the China market. Let's not mince words. They want to get in there. They want to be able to give games to China. I was about to say these people, but not really. The Chinese people are wonderful. It's the government that I don't like. With all this, mobile games, we see the reaction. Nobody likes mobile games here in the West. Companies, though, want to go to China. What is a good example of this? This is a good example of this is when Diablo Immortal was announced. And you had them all come up on stage and say, hey, look, Diablo Immortal. Immortal? We're going to call it Immortal now. Immobile. Immobile. That's what we'll call it. Diablo Immobile. And it's going to be on your phone. A mobile game. Yay, yay, yay. And nobody liked it. And you get the famous quote. Don't you all have phones? Yep. Don't you remember those quotes? Well, from then on, a lot of these AAA game developers have been wanting to get into the mobile market. And we all wondered why. Well, it's because of China. China is a big mobile market. A lot of people love their mobile games. And that's the reality. So when you see these mobile games being made by Ubisoft, made by Microsoft, made by all these companies, the reality is it's not for us. It's for China. However, the company has been unwilling to commit on this. I'm willing to bet they're going to commit. Codenamed Jade is one of several Assassin's Creed games planned for the future of the franchise. Earlier this year, Ubisoft confirmed the next 2 flagship Assassin's Creed games after the next year's Assassin's Creed Mirage, which I'm going to look into because that looks interesting and I'm curious where it's set. After Mirage, codenamed Red and Hex, will release as part of the new Infinity Franchise Hub, the live service initiative announced last year. And when I looked into this, because I haven't been looking into the games that much, I didn't even know Mirage was coming. I don't really like the idea of the Infinity Hub. I don't like a massive mobile hotspot thing that you have to pay for. And I need to look deeper into it, but my initial thoughts are no. This sounds bad. This sounds like a subscription service, and I'm tired of subscription services. Red, which is being made by Odyssey developer Ubisoft Quebec. I'm indifferent to Odyssey. I think it has a decent story. Is what it is. And has the same creative director, is the next big Valhalla-like flagship title. Okay. I'm indifferent to... Well, I don't really like Valhalla. It felt way too short, and I just was not interested in the DLCs, even though I have them. I wanted to go to Ireland. I wanted to interact on Ireland, but I just was not interested. I fell out. And then when they announced the Ragnarok DLC, I was like, are you kidding me? This isn't Assassin's Creed anymore. This is some sort of major RPG game that is Diablo or something like that. So it's going too fantasy for my blood. Set in feudal Japan, which I kind of like the idea of being a ninja going around just assassinating samurai and shogun. That sounds fun. But at the same time, I don't want to sign up for a subscription service. It begins what Ubisoft is calling Period 3 in the Assassin's Creed series, meaning this is unlikely to be a 2024 game. Yeah, it's probably going to be a little ways out. I don't know. The second flagship title announced on the roadmap is codenamed Hex. This is being made by Ubisoft Montreal and Far Cry 2 and Watch Dogs Legion. Lead client Hawking is creative director. That sounds wrong. All this being said, we go back up though, because I don't know anything about Hex. I kind of like the idea of a feudal Japan style Assassin's Creed, but the mobile aspect. Well, let's harp back, bring this full circle to the mobile aspect. Why is the mobile aspect such an important aspect? Why is working along Tencent such that important? It kind of tells you where their thoughts and ideas are going. It tells you, hey, these people care more about getting into these other markets than telling good stories nowadays. They're going to start continuing down the thing that I really am getting tired of in Assassin's Creed, things that I'm tired of in several games, the little game passes, the, hey, spend this amount of money, get this in-game currency, and then buy these things here, buy this here, buy that here, buy that, buy that, buy that. All the microtransactions, I'm tired of them, and they're prolific on mobile games. Let's not be real. And going back to Diablo Immobile, I believe the individuals tracked how much money it is to become the max level, to max out all your stuff. Fastest way was to drop basically like 10 grand on the game, I want to say it was. I could be getting that plus or minus a grand here or there. It was a ridiculous amount of money. That's why people don't like mobile games, because all it is microtransaction, microtransaction, microtransaction. That's fine over in China, I guess, to give out all your money back to the China CCP, but we want a good story. And with the idea that they're going to start doing this Infinity Hub, which is an online access point, with the idea of mobile games coming to Assassin's Creed, with all these little points coming into the game, I'm starting to see, hey, we don't care anymore. We want to transaction you to death. That's also why the indie market's growing so big. Because indie markets don't microtransaction you to death. They allow you to just play the game. I don't like these microtransactions. I'm indifferent to DLC. I'm fine with DLC. Because sometimes DLC can be good. You're still working on it. You want to give out a product. Here's the next chapter of said product. And maybe it's, like I said, maybe it's the Ireland story. Maybe it's attacking France. Maybe it's stuff like that. That's fine. If the DLC is cosmetics, F off. That's microtransaction BS. But I'm indifferent to DLCs. But cosmetics is where I get annoyed. Microtransactions is where I get annoyed. And the idea of it being a mobile game filled with microtransactions just ticks me off. So let me get your guys' thoughts down in the comments below. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Share it out with your friends. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video and go live. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.